Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read, this time for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. What's coming up for the Divine Feminine and what's coming up with the Divine Masculine in these unions or these potential unions that you're in right now. So I've made 3 readings. I've also made 3 extended deeper dives as well to each of these. So if you find that it is your story or could be your story, then you might want to get that, because in the extended I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now, presuming that you're the Divine Feminine, whether you're a man or a woman. The people watching my channel tend to be in the Divine Feminine, so you'll find out anyway if you're watching these readings and it resonates with you. And guidance for you right now, the situation you find yourself in. Guidance for you in this relationship dynamics, how to make it work out, that kind of thing. What you need to know about yourself, what you need to know about them. And also how this might all go down, how it might play out, and timelines for all of that. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, there's going to be a link that pops up there to get that. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments for those, where you'll also find your fast forward links as well. This is a timeless reading as well, don't forget. So what you need to do now is take a pick. Which one do you want? So use your intuition. You have the choice of the crystal. This is a citrine wand. The flower, isn't it gorgeous? Spider lily. Or the shell. You take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there and click that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do daily reads for the collective. I do 3 pick a card reads a week, and I also do a live show 3 times a week called Psychic Cafe, in which I do mini reads as well for donations. So I'd love to see you in there. And leave a comment as well. It really helps my channel out when you do all of that stuff. So enjoy your reading and I'll see you in there. If you chose the crystal, let's find out what's next for you and your divine partner, Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Let's find out what's next for you guys. And so, as always, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, an extended reading to go with it. And so, guidance for you in this relationship, guidance for you right now in the situation you find yourself in, guidance for you in this relationship, so possible dynamics, more you need to know about them, how to make it work really well, how this might all play out as well, along with timelines. So if you're interested in that toward the end of the reading, if you find that this is your reading, if you're resonating with it and it feels like it is your story or could be your story, I'll pop a link for it up there, and there's also going to be a link in the description box below as well for that if you want more guidance. So let's get some cards out for you. What's next for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine in this union? Tell us. For crystals. You might have noticed I'm doing more pick a card reads now. I've decided to do that instead of doing the astrological sign stuff. So just daily readings and pick a cards now, so I can get deeper into it, you know, and not just do the love reads. But there's a lot going on with Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine at the moment, because it keeps on coming up in readings. So let's get into that. Let's get some good advice for the crystals here. If the cards want to come out, the guides aren't playing. What's next for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine? I am going to go into both, of course. Well, we've got 2 cards out. Interesting. I wonder if one is for the Divine Masculine, one's the Divine Feminine. Be still a while. The Shadow Dancer. Interesting. I think this is the feminine. Be still a while. Let's give you a better view here. This is Divine Feminine. She's having to be still a while, be patient. Divine Masculine, shadow work. Having to heal themselves, deal with stuff. The ways that they have been judging themselves. I'm going to put masculine over here. And no. Masculine over here, feminine over here, right? This is feminine side and then masculine side. Let's do that. Shadow work, yeah. So however the Divine Masculine has been judging themselves, feeling bad about themselves, they're going through an intense healing stage now and next probably. How about the Divine Feminine? What's going on with the Divine Feminine? It's Mercury in retrograde and I can't say anything right. Guardian. Oh, she's been all protective. And it's like watching and waiting and being a guardian over the energies kind of thing. Very, very patient, being still. and patient with the divine masculine. Nice. What about the divine masculine? What's the divine masculine? Gratitude and unique. So the divine masculine is on a unique path at the moment, also realizing that the divine feminine is unique to them. You know, there's a recognition going on in the divine masculine here, and gratitude. So really grateful for what the divine feminine is asking, or the energy that they're holding, that the divine feminine is holding for them. So that's nice. Let's not knock this plant over again. Okay, so there's the energies. Let's get tarot out and find out. So starting off with the divine feminine here. What's going on for the divine feminine? Divine feminine has 6 of Pentacles. Reciprocation energy is so important for the divine feminine. You need to hold on to that. Don't be codependent anymore. Don't do it for them. Don't be enabling anymore. I hope just holding them to this, be reciprocal, make an effort kind of thing, letting them do their own stuff. Yeah, that's what this is all about. When we're not being reciprocal like that, we step in too fast, we do it for them, you know, and so don't do that. And the King of Pentacles here, so being in this very stable energy. So I'm getting, you know, it's like step up and be stable in this divine masculine. This is what the divine feminine is asking of the divine masculine. She wants them to be reciprocal, and she wants them to be stable in that. In other words, show me. Don't just tell me, show me, and show me for 6 months at least that you're going to be stable in this. Don't just tell me that you're going to do something. Be that, and be that consistently. And so I feel, divine feminine, that you have been holding this energy, and you've probably been sorting out codependency stuff, that wanting to receive but not realizing how it is, what it is that you're doing to not receive, you know. And it is setting that bar high, and like, well, only people are allowed into my life that reciprocate, and they've got to step up, they've got to do their own work, and they've got to offer something here, they've got to be putting an effort in, they've got to be investing in it, kind of thing. And so you've probably drawn a hard line lately in the sand there, saying only people that will do this, anyone, not just divine masculine, anyone, friends, family, only those that are going to reciprocate can come in. Yeah. Or you're doing that now, or this is what's coming up for you, is to learn that, you know, and be that. And King of Pentacles, expecting them to show you in the long term of doing that. It's not someone saying, it's not like divine masculine saying, okay, well, I'll do that for you. That's not enough, right? It's not, show me and be stable in that. Like, sustain that energy for a while, divine masculine. You've got to, like, step up and do it, not just say it. What about the divine masculine? What's next for the divine masculine? 8 of Wands. This is about communication, and it's about direction as well. It's about them making a decision of what they want. And almost what I saw then was a target, you know, like an archer's target, and then putting a picture of, say, you on it, or the divine union that they want, or that you know, like the 10 of materials, or the 10 of cups, kind of a picture there, they're happily ever after. It's them getting their sights on that and getting firm in that this is what they want. So divine masculine is actually making a decision about what they want here, so that they can be purposeful, so that they're going to put that effort in toward it. So very much decision making time for the divine masculine here. Do they really want this enough to step up and do that reciprocal thing that the divine feminine is asking for here? Divine masculine has got the death and rebirth and the King of Wands. Oh, nice. So the King of Wands, so divine masculine has been in the King of Wands energy, yes, but maybe in the negative of that. So the King of Wands is a character that is very forceful, you know. He knows what he wants and he goes in there and claims it. And so the negative form of the King of Wands is someone that's just maybe getting their sexual needs met or whatever. They storm on in there, they get what they want, and then they're out of there. The positive of the King of Wands is they've got the more of this foresight here. They've decided what they want here. And it could be divine feminine that you haven't been doing that. Maybe you've been set that bar high, divine feminine. You're saying, no, you can't have access to, you know, the old you can't have access to that yet. I'm not giving you my body because I know what I want, and you've got to be reciprocal with that and be stable in that to get access to this. And so you could have withdrawn your energy from them, not letting them be in this old energy, of the negative King of Wands, so that they step up. And if they're going to step up, and if they do decide on you and that this is what they want, enough to invest in that, then they will do that. So they've got a death and rebirth that's going on at the moment with this. I'm feeling from this King of Wands, it's almost like that. You know how the masculine has kind of been allowed to be in that toxic masculine. They've been maybe like a narcissist. I'm not saying that they've been a narcissist, but the narcissistic side of ourselves have kind of been lauded and applauded, and this taking energy has been rewarded. And I feel like the divine feminine has stopped rewarding that now, or rewarding the consistent. It takes a very strong feminine to do that, to say, no, I'd rather have nothing than have just a little bit. It's everything or nothing. And she's settled for nothing because she can give herself everything, it's that. And so the divine masculine here is stepping up, having a big death if he chooses it. Remember, they've got to choose it, and they've got to make that effort. This is why you've come up as the Six of Pentacles here, is just like holding them to that, holding yourself to that, really, and not backing down, really. So it feels like it's very much, you're both on the precipice here of big change, but they've got a decision to make. And if they decide to leave that old them behind, because we've all got free will and they might not, then the old them is going to have to fall away, and they're going to have to learn about that, how to become the positive King of Wands, that divine masculine energy of being able to use their power for the good in this union, kind of thing. Sounds good to me. Let's get back onto the divine feminine here. So the Six of Pentacles with the divine feminine. Eight of Voices. So you felt bound. This is to say no. You felt bound to say no all the time, and that could have been quite wearing for you. Okay, so what happens is when we realize, like, I can't keep on doing this anymore, when we realize our part of that codependency pattern, how we're not receiving, how we are having to take emotional responsibility for everything, when we realize it's like, oh, I keep on offering that, I keep on stepping up to do it, and I need to stop doing that. I just need to be independent and do it for myself, and be that all or nothing kind of thing, not do it for anyone else unless they're being reciprocal, unless there's something in it for you. And so I feel like divine feminine, at the moment, you are feeling bound by that. It might be wearing you out, saying no all the time. And it's like, when's someone going to be reciprocal? When are they going to come in? Is anyone ever going to come in? You might be thinking, like, oh, am I fooling myself here, holding these high standards, and there's nobody that's going to step up? Well, I think you might be surprised, because I think this one is about to step up. But feeling bound to that, repeating patterns, no one stepping up. You can hold these high standards and everything, but if there's no one going to step up and be reciprocal like that, then you're just doomed to a life of nothing, of saying no, being bound to saying no. And now, from personal experience, that's not the case. It doesn't last forever. Yes, you do need to sustain this energy for quite some time before it starts becoming reciprocal, because we're all lazy. Hey, think about it. We've all been children. We've all been teenagers, worst of all, right? And so what does a teenager do? Wait for mom to do it, right? Just wait for mom to do it, and like be lazy as possible. And if mom steps up to do it, great. Well, we need to be that now. Divine feminine needs to be that now, of being that. Don't be like a teenager, because they're horrible, aren't they? But be more of that self-serving kind of an energy, like you do this or not at all. Let them do it. Wait for them to do it. What's behind this then for the divine feminine? What's behind this for the divine feminine? Joy. And then you can pursue your joy. Use all that energy that you've got to pursue your joy. It will come around, joy will come from it. So you won't be in that no kind of an energy. Not for too long. You will have to hold it for a while. Just from experience, And it'll take them a while to stop being lazy, or to stop being in this negative King of Wands. It's like, they'll try it out. She'll cave in. She'll cave in eventually. She'll get horny and she'll give in. Maybe you won't. Just depends how strong those boundaries have been. So So you might be feeling disappointed. It's like, how long does it take? How long will I have to keep on seemingly turning down some of what I want so that I can have all of what I want? That's where the Divine Feminine is going to be. So King of Pentacles, it's like, show me, be stable in that energy. Like, prove it, mister. Prove it, Divine Masculine. And be stable in that and actually show me for an extended period of time. Seven of Materials, you've planted those seeds. So yeah, you've planted those seeds. In other words, you've set that bar, you've told them. Yeah, so you do need to tell them. You need to plant those seeds and then nurture that environment. How do you nurture that environment? Well, you stay really strong in that. So some of you need to plant those seeds. In other words, you need to tell them. You need to tell them, look, it's all or nothing. I'm not settling for anything less. No more giving me breadcrumbs. I'm not going to take that. You either give it me all or get out of the picture, and I'll bring someone else into my life that is reciprocal. You know, it's that shit or get off the pot kind of a thing is where you need to be right now. Plant those seeds if you haven't already, and let them show you. It's not, words are not enough now. They need to show you, and in a sustained way. They need to show you and keep on showing you. And this is the way that we weed out the liars, the ones that just want to pretend, the narcissists, you know, the ones that pretend. They reflect our positive sides back to us and pretend that they're like us. But they don't have the actions. They can't do it consistently. They can't do it, in fact. You know, if we're talking about a narcissist, they've got a lack of empathy. They are attracted to really nice people because they can just mirror that niceness back. And the nice person isn't loving themselves, they're not realizing how amazing they are, and so all the narcissist needs to do is mirror back and pretend to be that nice thing, and then you fall in love with them, because really you're falling in love with yourself. But they're not even being true about it. They're not doing it. They're just saying it. They're just saying the right things and making you believe that they're just like you, and they're not. And so we fall in love with ourselves and that narcissist. But my point being, if the narcissist, what they can never do is take the action and be that for a consistent period of time. They can't do that. They can pretend to be that in short periods, bursts kind of thing, and love bomb, but they can't sustain this energy. And so this is how we weed out those ones that are pretending. And I'm not saying like they're all narcissists kind of thing. They're not, but that's just the extreme version of it. We're all human beings, we'll get away with being lazy if we can. And so if all they need to do is say the right things or buy your flowers to make you sweet again, then they'll do that. So you need to plant those seeds, set that bar high, tell them, and keep on nurturing that environment. So stay strong in all of that. So you've got more standing firm in that to do here. Divine Feminine. What else? What's behind this, What's behind this? King of Pentacles. Show me. Prove it. No more empty words. Feminine energy. And you're receptive to it. Like, you're receptive. It's not like you're being a cold, hard bitch about that. Yes, you're having boundaries and you're receptive. You believe in, like, you can do this. Of course you can do this. You're not an idiot, Divine Masculine. Why would I have fallen in love with you in the first place? You're not an idiot. You can do this. You've got something about you. So do it. Do it. Prove to me. Prove to me that you deserve to be in my life. Totally open and receptive to that. And so, yeah, you might need to expect the best, really. Have more belief in them. Now, this isn't like blind belief in them. They'll do it someday if they're not showing willing at all to do that. But, you know, someone will step up eventually, right? Someone will. So be positive about that and be open and receptive to it actually happening. Not too pessimistic, hey, Divine Feminines? What about the Divine Masculine here? 8 of Wands. He's got a decision to make. He needs to, first of all, have you in his range. Do you know what I mean? Like, put you on that target. He needs to decide not just that you're what he's looking for, but you know, that he'll make the effort for that, so that he'll make the effort for it, but that he wants this in the first place, that he wants like a deep relationship of growth and all of that. So this is a decision. I mean, the 8 of Wands isn't a decision card. It's more about the having a purpose and direction, you know, and an intention. Yeah. And so he needs to decide that this is what he wants. 8 of Wands. Tell us why the 8 of Wands is here for the Divine Masculine. Why the 8 of Wands here for the Divine Masculine? There we go. The Emperor. So he can fully own it. The Emperor is that solid energy, so that he's in charge. So it's like him being in the masculine energy. Whoa. So he's going to step up when he decides that. You need to let him decide that by himself as well. You're setting the boundaries and you're saying what you want, but you're totally cool if it's someone else. You're just like, you're not pinning it on them anymore. You're not going, oh, but it's got to be you. So let me help it be you, and let me change you to be it of what I'm looking for. It's not that anymore. It's holding that really strong position there. Because the divine masculine wants to feel in power, in control like this. Not controlling, not in a negative way, the Emperor in a positive way, you know? They've got to choose it. They've got to choose it for themselves. That's where the divine masculine is. They're in this. They might be very quiet at the moment. They might be really thinking about it a lot. Is this really what I want? Is this really what I want from my life? Do I want to be in this intense relationship here? Do I want to step up? Because he knows he's going to have to step up for the divine feminine. What's behind this? Struggle. He's struggling with that decision. So it's not an easy decision for him to make. And why is that? That's because the masculine has had it so easy. They've been, like I said, they've been allowed to be in the toxic masculine. We've all been enabling that. The divine feminine has been enabling that. The whole society has been enabling the toxic masculine to be rewarded, and we're coming out of that now. And yeah, but he's still got the option of being that, right? He's got the lazy option still, because it can function. There's not everyone's going to step up into this divine feminine energy. Some women are going to stay in that enabling and in that paradigm. And so he's got the option of doing that, of being the kind of the king, the negative king, and having it his own way, and just, you know, carrying on. He can have easy relationships where they'll just do it all for him. It's a big decision to make, because he has been rewarded for that behavior, and he can continue being rewarded for that behavior. But so it's a big decision to want more than that. There's got to be a trigger in this divine masculine for them to want to make the effort in this, to have more than they've had before. So the divine masculine needs to get to the point where they are disappointed, or just had enough of the lack of depth or whatever in this situation. It needs to have got too little for them, what they've been experiencing, to get them to step up into that Emperor. So they're struggling with it. Of course they're struggling with it, because they were getting a lot of what they wanted before in that old energy. So King of Wands and Death and Rebirth. Where have we got this? So yes, the divine masculine is asking themselves, shall I carry on in the way that I was, being rewarded in the way that I was, or do I want more than this? Can I set my sights on the divine feminine here, and am I willing? So you're wanting them to show you. They're asking themselves, am I even willing to do it in the first place? Two of Inspiration, the decision. Looking at the fine print, they're looking at the details. It's like, well, that would mean me actually having to make an effort emotionally, and I'm out of my depth there. It means hermit energy, so they'd have to back off from a lot of things. Like your divine masculine could have been getting maybe their sexual needs met by a lot of people. Could have been a player kind of an energy. They could have, like, they're going to have to step back from patterns that they've had and actually end it, and they know that. Like, divine feminine is standing in the power right now, and they know that this decision means the end of the old life. 2 death cards out there. It's significant, and they know that if they're stepping into it, it's the end of their old life. They realize that. So yep, there's no going back from here. So it's all about the decision. Hey, this is all about the decision, and they're really deliberating on that. Like, well, if I do this, it will mean this, and it will mean that I'll have to let go of that, and it means that will have to end, and it means no more of this, and it means stepping up in this way, and it means making the effort here, and it means, you know, maybe you're asking them to really step up, maybe success wise. I don't know, they could have been living, you know, hand to mouth kind of thing, you know, spending everything they've got. You could, this is just for some of you, you could be getting them to come out of that, you know. They could be in like a partying kind of a thing, and they know that needs to stop. Whatever it is that they've been doing, they know that it's like this decision means that's the end of that, is the end of that. They know that they can't get away with that stuff anymore or do that stuff anymore and step into this. So it's very, very big decision for them here. What's behind this? So they're playing out scenarios in their head. What if this and what if that? And, you know, they're imagining their life with you, stepping into this. They know that you're going to expect a lot more from them than anyone has ever expected from them before. Masculine energy is behind that, and teaching, so they're learning. Okay, so they're learning from that. The masculine energy, they're changing the very definition of themselves as a masculine energy is what's happening here, and they know that they'll have to do that to step into this. They're just asking themselves, do they want this? Do they really want this? Important decision to make. Doing the shadow work, that's why they're doing the shadow work. Do they really want it? They're grateful for this. And they see that you're like uniquely right for them. You're being still and holding that energy, kind of being the guardian of it. Okay, let's get back to you, Divine Feminine. I'm presuming that you're Divine Feminine. I don't think there's any Divine Masculines watching me. I think there's men and women watching me, but I think the men that watch me are in the Divine Feminine energy. I think they're the ones that have been doing the work and are holding this Divine Feminine energy for. Because of course there's men and women in Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine energy. So, Divine Feminine. Passion. Ooh. So, you want that. I was getting the sex thing from you, and that might be the hardest thing for you to turn down and have these boundaries to. You might be telling yourself, is this ever going to be reciprocated, or am I never going to have sex again? It's 11:11 right now. Yeah, so the passion is important for you and you want it to start. It's like, come on. Yeah, they might be getting their needs met, but you're not at the moment. So, you want to unleash this, but you don't just want that, right? So come on, Divine Masculine. What you do? Oh no, let's focus on Divine Feminine right now. What else for the Divine Feminine? So it seems to me like you might be getting those needs met here. Have faith in your dreams, it says. So I am picking up a kind of a pessimism at the moment from the Divine Feminine, like I will never have sex again at this rate, kind of thing, because no one's stepping up, bound to that, bound to being what, barren spinster or whatever. You might be in the negative like that. This is saying, have faith in your dreams, have faith in them, have faith in your dreams. And like I said, we're not talking about a specific individual here. Like you might have your sights set on someone here that you think is your twin flame, but they've got free will. They might not step in, they might not make that decision. Be open to others doing that. Just set that bar high, and like whichever Divine Masculine wants to step forward here. Have faith in that someone will, and have faith in your dreams as well. And so no more pessimism about that. You're not going to be passionless spinster forever. You will succeed in this. More for the Divine Feminine. What else can we tell the Divine Feminine here? Compassion. Have compassion, but don't let that compassion work against you, Divine Feminine. In other words, having compassion for yourself, not caving into this person. Not going, oh, come here then, and I'll, give you what you want because I really want that. That's that manipulative thing. Don't be in the manipulation here to get what you want, especially your passionate needs met here. Don't let your compassion work against you. Remember, compassion has to be for you too. Have you, equally compassionate to them, yes, and what they're going through, but that doesn't mean stop the compassion to yourself and cave into this. Soulmates. Seduction and acts. Oh, okay. Divine Feminine. So, there's soulmate. You know what you want from this. Hold out for that, right? You've got acts and seduction here, and this is saying put a stop to that seduction thing, to your caving in to get your passions met. And so don't cave in anymore. You've got to stop that pattern of caving in to get your passionate needs met, and you need to hold them to that your standards kind of thing. So you do have to be a barren spinster for a little bit longer kind of thing. You need to hold out for that energy. That's what's coming in for you. Now, this needn't take a long time. I will go into the time frames of this for you, along with that guidance in the deeper dive, of course. But it needn't take a long time. But I feel like Divine Feminine, what's coming next, is holding out for what you want just a little bit longer there and not caving into it. Because they haven't made the decision yet, hey? So you caving into it puts them back in that negative King of Wands energy. Well, I can get what I want anyway from them. What's the point? I don't need to step up. Let's focus on the Divine Masculine now. What's next for the Divine Masculine? What's next for the Divine Masculine? Getting to know each other and paying attention to the red flags. How interesting. So, getting to know each other. So he wants to get to know you more. He's got concerns about you. He's seeing possible red flags in you. And it could be this caving in thing. As much as he wants that for himself, he thinks if you're caving into that passion thing to him, you're doing it to everyone else too. That's his experience, right? What other red flags could he be seeing in you? He could be seeing the codependency thing as well. Sometimes that comes across as needy and nagging and that kind of thing. He could be seeing that. But he's wanting to get to know you. He's scared. He's scared to make this decision about you because he wants to take his time and get to know you. It's part of the decision-making process, which is hard, isn't it? Because you're like, no, choose me first. And they're like, I need more information to choose you. Which is a healthy thing. It is a healthy thing. We need to get to know them first, right? And believe what someone's showing us. It's like you're asking him to show you here, but you want him to choose before he does that. He needs to know you to choose. So he's making it about you. He needs to not do that, hey? But he was wanting to get to know you so that he can make this choice. Do you understand what I mean by that? He's making it about you, so he's making it just about you. He's making a choice. He's not making a choice to be a Divine Masculine and have any Divine Feminine kind of thing, this one or another one. You're holding that kind of an energy, or you're getting into that kind of an energy now. He's just making it about you, like relationship, just you. I'm either getting into this relationship or being in my old ways. Is not, I'm getting into this energy and this Divine Feminine or the next Divine Feminine. It's different. Prosperity lies ahead. He's focused on his money, right? He wants to be a provider. He wants to be the Divine Masculine. He wants a place in this relationship. He needs to have purpose in this. He wants to be the emperor. He wants to be in charge. It's like he wants to be the man, you know? Prosperity lies ahead. So he's very much focused on that right now, or should be. To become that stable, like this King of Pentacles as well. You want them to show that stability. So like I said, you could be, this one could have had like partying ways, or, you know, getting his sexual needs fulfilled by many, or just that kind of thing, and realizing that he needs a more stable, financially, yes, but in his energy too, you know. Because when someone steps into that stability in themselves, they will start working on the finances and all of that too. It goes along with it. But just be more adult about it. So going back to this shadow work that he's doing as well. So he could have a lot of self-judgments about that, about not being that stable, about being a bit of maybe a dropout, or doing things differently. Maverick kind of thing that doesn't have them in that stability. I mean, you can be both. You can be a maverick and be in stability. That's me. I'm very much a maverick kind of an energy, make decisions quickly. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. I live differently than other people, but in a stability that suits me as well. I'm Taurus. I'm very stable. You might have noticed that. Cause and effect is what he's got here as well. You're aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an action of change and the foundation of your results. He is very aware that these decisions he's making at the moment are going to have massive impact on his life. Cause and effect. He's not taking it lightly at all, and he needs to not take it lightly as well. It's just all about decisions, and he's struggling with that decision at the moment. So he's being quiet, he's overthinking things, he's putting scenarios out, he's realizing that he's going to have to leave behind maybe addictions and that short-term kind of fulfillment that he's been getting, and he's going to have to change his ways, and he's going to have to be more stable. So you've both got the same thing going on here. He's responding to what you're holding out for here and say, hey, be reciprocal. I won't accept anything less. Hey, be stable and show me in that. He knows that. He knows that. He's picked that up. You have planted those seeds, it seems, or you need to plant those seeds, and he's going to get that, and then maybe take some time, maybe a long time, in making this decision, because it's life-changing. It's life-changing. It is a serious decision for them. Like I said, the masculine has been rewarded, and I'm not just saying men. If a woman has stepped up into her masculine as well, like in the corporate world or whatever, or in relationships, she's been rewarded too. If she's been going around like this player kind of energy, she's been rewarded as well for it. If she's been like pushing everyone around and being toxic masculine in the workplace, she's been rewarded for it too. I'm not just talking about men here. It's the masculine, it's the toxic masculine that has been rewarded there. And so it's big. It's big to decide to let that go when you've been rewarded for some behavior. Photograph. The divine masculine is looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia. Want to make new memories with you, but looking at your photo, very much focused on you. Can't get you out of their thoughts at all. They've got a lot of drive to do this. It's that decision though, that they're really thinking about it, meaning it's a conscious thing for them now. The feelings are there for you. They know that they want that part of it, especially the passionate connection here. But with 2 death cards here, they know what they're going to have to give up for this. And it's that is causing them the problem here. Now, photographed, so very much focused on you, your locks, your energy as well. They're picking that up, but they're very focused on that. So I do feel like there's a very strong attraction, sexual attraction between you, physical attraction between you, like magnets, a pull, strong pull. That is pulling them toward making this decision in the first place. But it's their mind that's going to make the decision here. Okay, well, let's get some heart messages out. So your heart to their heart. Divine Feminine's heart to the Divine Masculine's heart. What does the Divine Feminine, the crystals, want to say to the Divine Masculine in the heart? Get to know each other. Learn to meet another's need for love. So this is you saying, I need love. I need love. I deserve love. I need love. Meet me. Meet me here. I deserve this love. Holding on for that. Love. And then Divine Masculine, what does that heart want to say to the Divine Feminine? True love. This love is once in a lifetime. I thought that because we've got that unique card here. Is it this one? No, that's gratitude. It's this one. Unique. They know that you're right for them. So you've got a strong compatibility here. They know that they can't find anyone like you. They know that. And so, yeah, like I said, for the Divine Masculine, it is about you. It's about you individually. For this one, true love, this is once in a lifetime. They know it. Never met anyone like you. And slow down. Slow down. Don't try and rush them. The feeling rushed right now. The feeling rushed. The feeling like you might move on. Pause and allow things to unfold. So like, please wait for me. Wow, that's impactful, isn't it? It's strong. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be your story, crystals. You might want to get that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for it up there right now, up here. That's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. It's an instant thing. So make sure you get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. Now, in that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower and the shell. You just need to click on that crystal to watch it right away. And the email might end up in your inbox, but it might also end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. If you've got Gmail, check your promotions folder. There'll be lots of emails that I haven't found in there. And yeah, I will see you in there if you go for that. Thank you for supporting my channel and purchasing that if you do. And yeah, don't forget to click like on this video down there. Click that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Leave me a comment. I would love to know what's going on with you. And it also helps my channel greatly as well for YouTube to show more people my readings. I very much appreciate all of that interaction that you have down there, because really you're the only ones with the power that can make me successful and get my videos out there. I can't do that. All I can do is make them and hope that you interact with it so that you'll get YouTube to pay attention. and tell people that I do make these videos and show that to them. So thank you for all of that, and good luck with this relationship. If you're not coming with me into the extended, if you are coming with me into the extended, then I will see you there very shortly. Bye. Flowers. If you chose the flower, this beautiful spider lily, this one's for you. Let's find out what's next for divine feminine and divine masculine in this union. So as always, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, an extended reading that goes with this. And so if you find that this is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that. Toward the end of the reading, there'll be a link that pops up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments as well. But in that, I'm going to go into guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now. Guidance for you in this relationship, once it is together, what you need to know about yourself, what you need to know about them, possible dynamics, how to make it work really well, and also how this might all work out and possible timelines for that. So let's get into this. So we're starting with the divine feminine here. What's next for the divine feminine? The sentinel, protection. Okay. So the divine feminine is going to be protected in some way. Divine masculine. What's next for the divine masculine in this connection for flowers? Divine masculine. Sunlight after darkness. So the divine masculine has been very hard times, and it's going to come out of that. And so something's been sorted out in the divine masculine's life here. Turmoil. A lot of turmoil is what I'm getting here. A lot of trouble. They could have had like finances gone downhill. They've just been in a very stressful situation. And now they're coming out of that. Sunlight after darkness. Great. So that's coming good for the divine masculine now. Divine feminine possibly protecting themselves and what they've got while the masculine has gone through that. Or having to. Let's see. Divine feminine. Tell us about the divine feminine. A catalyst. Oh, so you've got something going. I mean, you've been the catalyst here for the divine masculine going through something. So maybe you've been that carrot dangled in front of them to make change in the life here. Maybe the divine masculine has caused you to change your life too, and change certain things in your life. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on here for you, divine feminine, presuming that you're divine feminine, because it tends to be the divine feminine that's watching me here, not just women. There's men that are in divine feminine, and there's women that are in divine feminine, just as there are women that are in divine masculine, yeah, and men that are in divine masculine. So what about the divine masculine? What have we got for the divine masculine for flowers? Meditation. So they're kind of retreating now and thinking about things as the divine masculine. Think their life has eased up on them somewhat here and got easier for them, or is about to get easier for them, and they're going to have to take a step back and think about it. A bit of shell shock kind of an energy I'm getting from the masculine here, like what the hell did I just go through kind of thing. You could, divine feminine, you could have been the catalyst for that, so you could have been trying to push them into a change somewhat here, or asking them to step up, you know. It could have been that. Okay, or the universe has caused that catalyst. Divine feminine, tell us what's going on next for the divine feminine in this union. Yes. Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So very exciting beginnings here. Things really getting going for the divine feminine here. A new start, a passionate start. Knight of Wands is very playful. It's very exciting, very sexual kind of an energy as well. A lot of action here. So something is going really good for the divine feminine. I'll get clarifiers out for that. Whether it's involving this relationship or whether it's in your life. You could have like great things going on with your career and your money and stuff like that. Divine masculine, 10 of Cups, the happily ever after. So the divine masculine is focused on the 10 of Cups here. His wishes being fulfilled, his heart's wishes being fulfilled. So very focused on the heart now of getting what it is that they want in life. These? No, 12 no. Wow, there you go. King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. We've got a divine pairing here. So the Queen of Swords with the King of Swords, these are very intellectual, on the level with each other. They think the same thoughts kind of thing. They can finish each other's sentences. They've got strong boundaries. Hey, they're very strong people because of what they've been through. And they're connecting because of that. They're seeing in the Divine Feminine their counterpart in, not just an intelligence kind of thing. Yeah, they're seeing a compatibility here, but this is a deeper connection than that. They're seeing that what they've been through in life that has made them really strong and had to have really strong boundaries and be a warrior. They're seeing in the Divine Feminine as well, and they're like, this is my person. This is my person. Like I feel like my heart's going to be fulfilled by this person. It's my happily ever after. So this is telling me for flowers that this could be you just becoming aware, or the Divine Masculine is just becoming aware of who the Divine Feminine is to them. And that their heart can be fulfilled by all of this. No wonder the Divine Feminine is like, woo, let's go then. That's what it feels like to me. Tell us what this Ace of Wands is about. What's this glow up happening in flowers, Divine Feminine's life here? What's this Ace of Wands about? You? What's this Ace of Wands about? Nice. Well, Page of Inspiration. It's the Divine Feminine is hearing something. So you're going to hear probably from the Divine Masculine. And this Seven of Voices, it's the deception, right? So I'm not saying like you're going to hear something deceptive from them at all. I'm feeling from this is an exciting new start, because it's like they tell you something that makes you clear and certain that this is your person. They could be giving you a key, or just saying a particular word, or telling you something that makes you know that they're not deceptive. Let me give you an example of this. So, okay, I met someone online a few years ago, and we had some really deep conversations. They were obviously emotionally intelligent, right? Because you can't pretend that. You can pretend it to a certain extent, because this is the narcissist. This is the narcissist card, so you might be wary of that. Is this another narcissist kind of thing? And I was wary of them being a narcissist. But the depth that they would talk to me with such emotional intelligence, you can't feign that. You just can't feign that. It's as deep as they went with me, right? So it could be something like that there's something that they say to you which just makes you realize that they're not, this time, not being deceptive. So I think Divine Feminines, you have had maybe relationships with narcissists, with people that have been lying to you, catfishing you, conning you in some way, saying whatever you want to hear, pretending to be someone that they're not, so that they can get what they want from you. You're going to hear from them, from your Divine Masculine here, some kind of a message, an exciting message that has you in this, it's go time. Like intuitively, I know it's go time. Not just intuitively, they're actually telling you something which makes you realize this is not a deception here. This is it. It's something that gives you confirmation, like the catalyst that gives you the confirmation that you needed to say yes to this union here. So expect to receive something like that, and hold out for it if you don't get that as well. I mean, don't just rely on intuition here to say yes. A lot of people are doing that. Like, I know that they're going to come good. I know they're going to do this. Well, are they doing that? And if they said that to you, no, I just know. No, that's wishful thinking. That's not like, we don't do that. That's not our intuition. That's wishful thinking. We need solid evidence here. This Page of Inspiration is solid evidence here. That it's a communication. They're telling you something that's going to be the confirmation for you, that catalyst for you. The Sentinel is you protecting yourself, right? You've had to protect yourself. That's what you've been doing, haven't you, Divine Feminine? You've learned to, you have to protect yourself. No one else is going to do it. Sure, you want someone to be there loving you and protecting you too, but you've realized you've had to protect yourself first. Feels to me, Divine Feminines, you flowers, you've been through a lot of bad relationships, like tell me who hasn't. But yours in particular have been about you learning how to protect yourself and be that Queen of Swords. No wonder they're recognizing, they're like, oh, here's a strong one. They've been through something similar. They've had to be the King of Swords too. They've had to protect themselves. You're both showing up as warriors here. And I don't often get the warrior energy from the King and Queen of Swords here, but divine pairing right there. Tell us what's behind this Ace of Wands, Page of Inspiration, Seven of Voices for Divine Feminine. Transformation. So you've transformed yourself to be open, receptive, yes, kind of, but more recognizing signs and specifics about what people are saying and what people are showing you that give you the confidence in there. So you no longer can you be hoodwinked by someone pretending, because you're not doing this just intuitively based on a feeling. I'm just going to presume that they're being straight up with me, that they're not lying to me. You've got almost in a way hypercritical, hyper aware of the red flags, and you want evidence that there's not red flags there, and this is what you're getting now. And so you've transformed as a person to protect yourself, so that you're very aware of red flags, as in, are they lying to me? Are they deceiving me? Are they straight up? Are they saying things like my example of showing that emotional maturity, that emotional intelligence, not just taking it as a given. You probably did take it as a given in the past, and that's what caused you to be open to people abusing you and using you and being narcissists and you know, I was going to say gaslighting, that's not what I meant, like love bombing you and pretending, you know, conning you and all of that. So there's something that comes in, they let you know in some way, and you get that confirmation because of what you've learned and the way that you've transformed, that they are straight up like, this is the real deal. Wow, they have done that stuff. Been doing the work, have they? Knight of Wands. So then you're like, well, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's rush into this. Passion. It's the Knight of Wands. Yes, let's do this. Now 2 Knights of Wands together. I think you're both going to be on the same page there. So you could have been holding your energy back, a bit wary of them. They could have been approaching you and you're like, not like that, not like that. You're waiting for them to show you something that would give you confirmation, actual words and actual action to give you confirmation that they're the one, that you're ready to move ahead with this. And as soon as they do, you're both going to be on the same page at the same time. Yes, let's do this. Full on passion. Wow. Look at you. Flowers. Put the work in beforehand, that's what happens. Put the work in, you get the rewards. What's behind this? 2 Knights of Wands. Woo, it's passion. What's behind this? Give me an answer. It's all good. It's just going to be all good. It's all going to be on. It's all going to be on. So you both are hell yes to this at the same time. Because they've had to prove themselves, right? Yes, you've been in warrior energy and they love that about you. They're like, damn, Queen of Swords, she's got it going on. She ain't a pushover. They're going to know. They're going to be like, if it's taken me this much to get through to the Queen of Swords, the Divine Feminine here, no one else has got through. They're coming across as a warrior here, like the only one that persists to get through your boundaries, to get through your barriers. You've got your heart in a cage there, look at that. You've got your heart in a cage, like not just anyone can get this. You've got to have the key, mate, and you've got to get past me first. They've done it. They've used the wisdom, hey, and the clarity for that. Awesome. Okay, so let's focus on the Divine Masculine now. 10 of Cups. They're like, Divine Feminine, my happily ever after. I can see it, I can picture it. They seem perfect for me. They're in that kind of an energy. They're about to be. What's behind this? Ace of Emotions. The heart is just like, overflowing with emotion. Wow, look at you. Okay, so they're seeing you as the happily ever after, and they know that, and their heart is just so full of love. They've got so much emotion for you here. It's beautiful. What's behind this? I don't know if there's anything more I can say about that, because they're a hell yes. They're seeing the unlimited possibilities with you. This is someone who's decided on you. Sunlight after the darkness. I wonder what this was then. What have they been through? Let me know in the comments. The person has been through something that's been hard. Coming out of that, and it's like now they can set their heart free. So this page of inspiration, this passion that they're coming at you with here, or whatever it is that's telling you, that's making you realize this is a go. It could be that they're telling you this, of how they feel about you, and just really putting their heart on the table there and saying, you're my happily ever after. I see you. I see what you must have been through a whole lot to become this Queen of Swords that I see you as here. They're just going to tell you everything that they've noticed about you. And so they can't make that stuff up. Do you know what I mean? It's not just someone love bombing because of the depth that they will go to here. This is someone that is feeling very deeply for you here and seeing these unlimited possibilities. They could even be sharing that. This is what I see for us. This is what I want for us. This is what I've done to get prepared for this. And this is what I intend to do for us. And they're just so much so that you're like, they're not making this stuff up. They can't be making this stuff up. This is it. That's why you're a dead cert there, yeah. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, I love it. So, Ace of Voices, got a lot of clarity about that to start this off, to come forward and tell you their truth there. Ace of Materials, and to give you a big offer. Wow. 2 aces out here. 3 aces. Ace of Emotions, Ace of Materials, Ace of Voices. I'm getting goosebumps. This is a huge offer. No wonder you're realizing that this is it. You got the Ace of Wands there. It's the only one that they're missing. You got the passion that they're missing. They've got everything else. They've got the love there for you. They've got the money there, the stability there for you, the big offer. They've got the clarity there for you, the thoughts and all of that, the swords. They've got the belief in you here. You got the passion. So this could have been all that you had before. You've nurtured these in yourself, Divine Feminine, the emotions, the materials, the voices. You've been doing that for yourself. The only thing that you couldn't do for yourself was the passionate side of things, as in relationship, you know. And they got that. What they're coming into now, the Divine Masculine is coming into, is everything else. It's that they're realizing all the stuff that you've been doing for yourself. These emotions, the feelings, the just like heart explosion kind of thing, the stability inside of themselves and the truth inside of themselves. Wow, this is huge. So I expect them to come in with a huge offer, and you're going to be blown away by how much that they've thought about this and just everything that's involved in that offer there. They really see you and they feel you here. Wow. So this is a divine pair that are already absolutely on the same page at the same time now. It's all good. It's like there's no red flags. You're not going to see any. They've got psychic development here, and so they're picking up on you, that connection with you, that psychic connection with you, and they're going to feel that when that timing is right to come in there. And they're going to know exactly what to say. So this is someone that has been preparing for this. You've been in protection mode, yeah, and this is the catalyst when they do. So you've been the Queen of Swords, right? You've had those boundaries. And they're stepping up to the mark there. Let's focus on you now, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. What's next for Divine Feminine? What's next for Divine Feminine? All 3? I think it's them. Honeymoon. Honeymoon's next for you. You're stepping into the passion. That's the bit that's been missing from your life, right? Divine Feminine, for you flowers, is that you haven't had that sexual chemistry kind of thing. You haven't had that. So you might not have been attracted to anybody but this person for a very long time. They could be the first person that you've actually been attracted to and wanted for a long time. that part, that passion part has been missing for you, and that's what you're stepping into now. I know this is not the passion card, but it's that honeymoon. Oh, gorgeous. You're going to be in that honeymoon energy. It's going to be an absolute yes. What am I shuffling those for? Hey, what else? What else for Divine Feminine? A new romantic cycle begins. This is the start of it. I mean, all those aces. Of course, it's the start of it. I mean, you can't have all the aces on the table there without this being like, this is it. You're starting this off now. This is the start of this relationship. Those of you flowers that have, maybe you've been together for a short time before and had to separate to truly get ready for this. But a lot of you haven't been with this person yet. You've probably been aware of them. I would say very aware of each other here, maybe getting to know each other. And yeah, they're coming in very shortly for this new start. You've got discernment here, so you've got a choice to be made. You're developing the skill to distinguish love from fear, truth from illusion. Absolutely. You're going to know that this person is straight up. Now, not all of you that are watching this reading, some of you are going to be wishful thinking watching this reading, going, yes, please let this be my story. But if you haven't been putting that work in that I was saying and getting really clear on that, then this probably won't be your story. So don't be fooled by this reading in that case. Still use your discernment. But if that's what you've been doing, if you've been like stepping into that Queen of Swords energy, and really you know what the red flags are, right? You know what the red flags are. You can recognize it in people now. You're looking in people around you, seeing like toxic things, seeing red flags, and just getting really honed in on that. When you see on the news someone who was traveling around with, and being pulled up by police, you're like, there's the red flag, there's the red flag, that's a narcissist there. You're seeing it, you're really clear about it. And you're also emotionally intelligent, and you can see it in people when they're not that, when they're being truthful, when they're healthy. And you just know, right? You've got that discernment now. If that's you, use that discernment now with what's coming in. So still be aware. Don't just blindly go back to that intuition. Well, I've got a good feeling about this, and Claire said that they're mine. No. If you're not doing the discernment part of it to a very high level, then this isn't your reading, flowers. Yeah. Let's not have anyone like fooling themselves here, because then you've just got another lesson to have to be discerning like this. You might be being, then you'll need to protect yourself, right? So yes, you're going to have to practice that discernment here, but I feel like this is in the positive now. For those of you whose reading this is, I think this is in the positive now. So you're using that discernment, and it's green lights for you. It's the yes. It's that green crystal I've got in my bag now. Heart with a key. They've got meeting the one, welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. Yes. And camera, reminiscing, keepsake. Learning from the past. You've learned from the past now. Making new memories with this person. Beautiful. So they've got the key to your heart here, and you're recognizing it. And you're like, I'm getting goosebumps now. For the first time, I feel like for the first time for you, flowers, you're realizing you're coming in with this discernment, and you're like, I can't be fooled anymore. Like, I've learned, and I know that this is a yes, and this is my divine partner, because I can't be fooled anymore. And you've probably been single for ages with this kind of an energy. And yeah, and they're coming in with the goods to tell you. Coming together, they've got the key to your heart there. They know. I feel like this person has been getting to know you. Maybe not in person, maybe in person, but maybe they've been checking you out and they just feel it from your energy. There's a lot of communication going on here, and psychic development there too. What's next for Divine Masculines? What's next for Divine Masculine? Very soon. Clearly decide. I'm getting goosebumps. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. So they're getting so much clarity here. No wonder. They're the King of Swords, right? Which is clarity. I'm getting clarity on this. I know exactly what I want. I know how to approach this. I'm going to put it all on the table. I've got it all here. All of these feelings and everything. I know exactly what to say. The person could have been practicing this, and they're about to do it very soon. They're about to tell you all of this stuff. I'm going to get timings out for this in the deeper dive. So if this is your story, you need to join me in that to find out when that's going to be. But let's get more out for the Divine Masculine. A time for healing. So they're going to have to heal themselves here as well. So there could be them coming toward you like this is going to trigger a healing in them, a relief in them. I'm feeling a relief. They're scared that you're going to turn them down, which is why they're making the offer so big. Like, they're preparing for this. They don't want to mess this up. They see you as the divine counterpart. They see you as completely compatible. So they don't want to mess this up at all. So they're going to really come to you with a lot here, telling you a lot. And yeah, that's going to instigate this healing, a relief for them, a healing, like a no more disappointment for them. I feel like your person could have had lots of disappointments in love before and poured their heart out to someone, and it's not, it's fallen on hard ground, or they've been, probably because you're both showing up as a Queen and King of Swords here, so they've had hard lessons too. They've had to learn to be in the warrior. They've had to learn to be discerning as well, and they're being discerning with you. They're practicing that. Your person could have been watching you for ages. If you've been in each other's lives, they've not been in your life. They've just been kind of getting to know you because they're wary of being hurt again. Your person could have been abused. They could have been gaslighted and all of that stuff. They could have been with narcissists too. I do feel like you've had very similar relationship journeys here. Tell us more for the Divine Masculine. So it's going to trigger a healing in them, and it's like a relief kind of thing. Like they could possibly break down in tears when you say yes, because it's like, and it's not tears for you, it's tears for everything that they've been through until this point. It's like, imagine, say, if you had been training for something your whole life, and then you get to the Olympics, right, when you're 30, and you've been training your whole life, something that you started doing as a kid, and you've been like putting all of your energy working toward this, and you've not had the reward for it. You go to the Olympics, and imagine winning the gold medal. So you race or whatever it is that you're doing, you get to the end, you're going to break down into tears. And it's the relief, it's the healing part of it, it's the everything that I've been through to get myself to this point. It's the release of all of that. That's what's going on for them. Taking action. You have the courage to express the unique love and colours of your soul. Oh, wow, so they're going to take action. They're going to put it all out there. It's the same message I'm getting. They're going to put it all out there. Ace of Materials, Ace of Voices, Ace of Emotions. You're my happily ever after, and this is what the happily ever after looks like for me, for us. And I think that's what you want, because I've been watching you and falling in love with you for so long. And I'm clear about this. I think we've had similar paths. I think you're so strong because of this, and I think this is what I've been through, and it's made me strong. And I see, it's like looking at you in a mirror. I think they're going to say something like that. It's going to be significant what they say, for sure. And you're going to be absolutely 100% sure about them. Kisses. They unconditionally love you. Oh, that could be what it is. I'm going to cry. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. They're not just going to tell you all of that stuff. What is going to clinch the deal here is when they say to you, and even if you don't want to be in this relationship with me, I'm still here for you and I'll still love you. Is that they're going to put an unconditional part in, and that's going to be this. That's when you know this person loves me properly. They're offering unconditional love here, even if I don't want to be with them. They're saying that they'll always be there for me. So they're offering unconditional love here. They're offering a relationship, yes, but they're also offering unconditional love if you don't want that relationship. This person holds you in such high regard that they're willing for you to be the Queen of Swords with them. They're willing for you to say no. They're seeing you with these strong boundaries, and they understand what got you there, and they are going to get to themselves to the point where they're ready to be turned down by you. And that's still going to be okay with them. Wow, this is huge. It's huge. Okay, so let's get a message out from your heart to their heart. Divine Feminine's heart to Divine Masculine heart. What does your heart want to say to them? It's these two. What does your heart want to say to them? Spend quality time together, listen and talk to each other. So you're going to want to talk to them and you want them to talk to you. You want this quality time. You want to spend more time with them. So if you've been spending time with this person already, it's not been enough. You can never get enough of them kind of thing. You want that. You're absolutely in it straight away here. You're like, come on, bring this on. Let's do this. And love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. So this could be a long story with you and them. And you've enjoyed it, you know, you've been there for you. Maybe they've been there for you as well, and it's just enjoyed this. It's never gone away. Those feelings have never gone away. You guys could have stuck this out for a long time deciding on this. Their heart to your heart. What message has their heart got for your heart? The Divine Masculine's heart to the Divine Feminine. Back to what you love. Back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. They might be seeing you as kind of breaking away or not. There's something about the timing of this very soon, and they feel like they've got to come in here. Like, you know, when I pulled out this psychic development, like they know that they've got to act now. They could be worried that you're pulling away here. Back to what you love. It feels to me like they want to, like, give you everything that you love. They want to make you really happy. Reevaluate your desires, and they want to make those desires come true, like this Ten of Cups here. They want to take you back to your heart. They want to love you. They might see you as kind of being alone, or kind of not being that happy. They want to shower you with all kinds of things, and you're about to hear about it soon anyway. That's incredible. I want to be a flower. Wow. Okay. So there you go. If that sounds like it is your story, it could be your story. You want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive. As I said, I'm going to go into guidance for you, guidance for you in the situation you find yourself in right now, guidance for you in this relationship, dynamics, what you need to know about them, yourself, and how to make it work really well, and how this might all go down as well. Timelines for all of that too. And so if you're interested in that, I'll put a link for it there. Just 20 Australian dollars. Oh, you can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments. Just $20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant download, instant access. And so you do need to get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. You might get it in your inbox, that email, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Promotions folder if you're on Gmail. Do check in there. And once you find that email, you'll see that there's a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You just need to click on that flower and to watch that. And so there you go. Hopefully I'll see you in there. But if this is where you're leaving me, then thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video, all of you. And all of you now, come on. And leave a comment as well. Let me know what's going on. I want to hear about this because this is incredible. And it really helps my channel out when you do that. All of the interaction down there always helps my channel out. You are in control of the success of my channel, not me. All I can do is keep on putting out the videos there and hoping that you interact with them so that YouTube goes, oh, they like this stuff. Let's show more people. And if you could do that for me, that would be great. Very much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber already, please consider clicking that subscription button along with that notification bell, so you get notified of when I upload these videos. My daily energy updates as well. And when I go live in my Psychic Cafe show as well, would love to see you in that and give you a mini read. And yeah, if you're coming along with me to that deeper dive, I will see you very shortly in there. Otherwise, good luck in all of this, and bye. Shells, if you chose the shell, then this one is for you. Let's find out what's next for the Divine Feminine and what's next for the Divine Masculine. Now, as always, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is a video read, an extended video read that goes with this, and in that I'm going to go into guidance for you in the place that you find yourself in right now, and also guidance for you in this relationship as well, what you need to know about them, what you need to know about yourself, possible dynamics, how to make it work really well. in relationship, and also how this might all work out as well, along with timeline. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, there's going to be a link that pops up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments as well. So let's start out with the Divine Feminine and find out what's next for the Divine Feminine. What's next for the Divine Feminine? What's next for the Divine Feminine? The cards have been coming out pretty slowly for these. Let's see. Coming of age. So some growing up here. Feeling like a new person. It's like you don't feel like the same person as you were, even recently. So you can feel like a whole new person. Graduating in a way in life. It's a nice energy. What's next for the Divine Masculine? What's next for the Divine Masculine? What's next for the Divine Masculine? Hope and willing entanglement. It's almost like they're getting into something, probably this relationship, but they're getting into something and hoping for the best. So it's a kind of a let's wing it kind of an energy here from the Divine Masculine. I wonder why they're not dead cert on it here. What about the Divine Feminine? What's next for the Divine Feminine? Warrior. So you're having to be maybe boundaries and standing up for yourself and that kind of thing. That could be what you're maturing into here, or realizing that you've got that inside of yourself, Divine Feminine. What about the Masculine? What about the Masculine? What have they got next? Night Magic. Kind of. It's interesting because the Masculine has kind of got a little bit of an immature energy going on, and your Divine Feminine is coming out as the mature energy here. Now I'm talking about Divine Feminine and Masculine, not women and men. So there's the men that are watching me tend to be in the Divine Feminine. I don't think I've got any Divine Masculines watching me at all. And so you know how we can have women in the Masculine and men in the Masculine, and vice versa. I'm talking to you as if you're the Divine Feminine, because I think everyone that's watching my channel is in the Divine Feminine. So just to make that clear. But the Divine Masculine is coming out as a kind of an immature energy here. You know, just being willing entanglement and hoping for the best, just going in it. And here you are, Divine Feminine, as this mature kind of an energy. Anyway, let's get deeper into it. So, the Divine Feminine. What's next for the Divine Feminine? That was fast. Four of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine holds her energy back. Right, okay, I get it. So, Divine Feminine, this is you taking the mature chance. The Divine Masculine just wants to get into it, right? Willingly entangle, hope for the best. Let's just do this. Divine Feminine's being a bit mature about it and saying, hang on a minute. No, not like this. So there's a refusal here to get involved. They're not coming at you right, is what this is saying. That's what this is saying. This is what is next for you guys, for you shells. Page of Cups. You're hoping for so much more, and you might be thinking like, well, pigs might fly. Am I asking for too much here? Am I setting the bar too high? You're not. You're absolutely not. But yeah, there needs to be a refusal here, because they're not coming at you right. So they're going to come at you again, but more of like a wishful thinking kind of a, let's do this. And you're like, do what exactly? What are you offering me here? You know, coming across as the adult, and they're not going to be able to back that up. So they need to, off you go, and come back when you've got something, you know, reasonable to offer. So yeah, it's like that to me. What about the Divine Masculine? They feel bound to repeating patterns. They're feeling bound to repeating patterns here. It's almost like they're saying, like, I can't change. This is me. This is who I am. This is my personality. And you know it's not. You're like, no, that's your toxicity. That's the things that you haven't healed yet. That's you haven't grown up yet. It's not your personality. It's just the consciousness that you're at. You know, it feels to me like Divine Feminine is holding them seeing the masculine more clearly here and saying, no, like, no, that's not who you are. You don't need to repeat those patterns. It's your dysfunction. It's not your personality. It's your dysfunction. It's something that you can work on. You know, there's some things that we just are, like the height of us or whatever, you know? And then there's some things, yeah, there's some things that are personality, absolutely. But there's some things that are just changeable, fixable, and work honorable, you know? Work honorable. New word. They're coming real slow. They're dragging their feet. They've got teenage energy, this one. Right, do I really have to do that? Teenage energy. What have you got yourself into here? Well, yeah, you do need to say no to them. Four of Pentacles. So back to the divine feminine here. 4 cards. I'm told to take them all. So you're having to hold your energy back. It's some of it that they're offering, them trying to come is some of it is what you want, and so it's going to be hard to hold back. So you're kind of hoping as well. You're both very wishful thinking kind of people here, so you're hoping that they're going to sort it out and come at you in a balanced way fast, because some of what they're showing you is what you want, but I feel like there's a lot that isn't, you know, and you're just not willing to put up with that pain anymore. You know what that's like, and it's like, no, I've been here before, I've dated someone like you before, it's not enough for me. I'm going to change my mind about, if I say yes, I'm going to change my mind about it straight away. I'm going to finish with you, so I'm not getting into this because it's just pain and I've been here before. And so it's like, I want to say yes, but I just can't say yes. It is my wish fulfillment. Like, I can see you could be my wish fulfillment and for me to move forward with you, but you need to change that because I'm just not getting into this. It very much is that energy that you're going to have to say, not like that, not like that, divine masculine. So the divine masculine is not being so divine at the moment. They're being kind of immature. Omens. You've had omens about this as well, that it's a repeat pattern. They're showing that they're coming up as repeat patterns here. They feel stuck in that. They're kind of going, well, this is me. It's just me. They can't be bothered. This person working on it is what it is. So you've had omens, like they've shown you. They're not holding this back. I mean, they're not pretending to even. They're not even pretending not to be this. They're just saying, this is me. This is what I'm. This is who I am. This is where I'm at. And you're like, yes, but you could be so much more than that. Are they ever going to be, though? I mean, you really do need to let go of them so that they can do this themselves. People that don't have any reason to work on themselves, if they're getting validation or they're getting what they need, if they're being enabled to be like that. If this divine masculine is being a kid and you're allowing them to be a kid because you're always stepping up for them and doing it for them, they're going to carry on doing that because we'll all be lazy if someone will do it for us. So you know you're going to change your mind about them if you say yes. So you're saying no to this. You're holding your energy back from them. You know. It's a repeat pattern. You've seen this before. So Page of Cups, here you are wishing for more. Is this person able to give you more? Or would they be? Are they actually going to do the work? Have they got it in them to do that work? Is their soul telling them kind of to do that work? Page of Cups, 7 of Inspiration. You've got hope. You do have hope here. You're dreaming of this, you know, of what it could be. I feel, I'm going to get into the guidance for you in that deeper dive, but I feel, give you a bit of guidance now in this. I would be dreaming of this, but not have their face on it. Because not everyone's going to be a divine masculine, do you know what I mean? This person isn't showing up as divine at all. So, and we've all got free will and we can all back out of it. They can choose not to do that if they want and never step into that. And so you need to be open to this twin flame journey rather it being about them. Because this person may never step up. They may never do it. Even if you leave them to it, they might just decide to turn around to someone else instead and get those immature needs met. And just never do it, never step up. You have to be okay about that, and you have to keep on following your journey anyway. Pigs might fly kind of thing. Sure, with this person, pigs might fly, but to keep on dreaming about it because You can, someone new can bring it in instead. This person or someone better. It's that kind of energy here. So not everyone is going to be a divine masculine, divine feminine. In fact, very few are going to be that. And what does it take? It takes a deep conviction to do the work. It takes a lot of courage to do the work to be able to get to that point. And not everyone is going to do that. We see that. Just look around you. Not everyone does that. But some people do, and they are the ones that will step up and be the divine. And you're going to attract those in. If you keep on this divine feminine path, you will attract one of those that is. Already I'm not feeling like it's this person. So you need to honor your energy. That's what's behind that. You need to honor your wishes. Don't drop the ball on this. And what I mean by that is this person is disappointing, and they're going to disappoint you is what I feel from this reading already. But don't let that disappoint you. Keep on your path. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to meet a divine masculine who is doing that work already. You don't need to find it in this person. Eight of Swords. What's this divine masculine got going on here? Why do they feel trapped and repeating patterns here? As if it's their lot. The Nine of Emotions. It's their wish to. They want to get away with it. This person isn't here to be divine masculine. They aren't. It's their wish to get away with it. So, what causes us to want to do that work? Sure, it's having the courage and the will to do that. Where does that will to do that come from? How come you've done the work and becoming this divine feminine here? How come? What caused you to do that? Well, it's the strength of your spirit, I'll tell you. It's the strength of your spirit. Has this person got the strength of spirit to do that? No. Their wish is not to do that. Their wish is to remain in the same patterns. As much as you push for this person to change, they're going to push back. They've got a will to remain exactly where they are in these patterns. It's almost their purpose to do that. Now, why would someone have a purpose to do that? Well, sometimes we attract people like this into our lives, or people get born like this. I know, because I've done readings about them. I don't do readings for them, but other people get readings about them. And this is what I've found from people like this energy. Some souls come here, some spirits come here as benevolent beings that will hold a particular energy so that other people can have the lessons. And so your person here is almost contrary to what you want, and they're going to hold that energy so that you can learn from that, and so that you can stop fixating on someone like this, hoping that they're going to change, and you start going out there and looking for someone that's already what you're looking for. Yeah. It feels like a benevolent being to me, this one, because they're holding, it's their wish. It's their wish to be stuck there. The reason that I know this is I did a lot of readings for myself as I've been healing myself. You might know a bit of my story of that I had an abusive childhood. And, I was always trying to understand the abuser kind of thing in my healing. And then I realized I don't really want to understand them. But while I was trying to understand them, I said, like, what causes someone to be like that? And this is the answer I got from my guides, is that they're never going to change, right? You're not going to get that apology. They're never going to change, because they're here to hold that energy for anyone that wants that lesson. Because you're here to be a leader. They need to hold that lesson for you. They need to remain for the rest of their life in that energy, reinforcing it so that you get that lesson properly, so that you learn from it and then be a leader in all of this. It wouldn't work. You wouldn't get that lesson if they healed themselves and they backed down from it. Then you wouldn't have to learn, right? And so your person is a lesson. This is a soulmate. This isn't a divine masculine. Let's find out what's behind that. Why is it their wish to remain stuck? It makes no sense to us, does it? Why would anyone want that? Why would anyone want to do what they're doing that's not what we're choosing to do? Like, we don't understand it, and there's no point in understanding it either. Why would they? Because that's what the spirit's here to do. That's what their guidance is. That's what feels strongest to them. They feel in alignment when they're like that. They feel in alignment. It's home to them, that's why. That's home to them. That is what they came here to do. They're in alignment when they're like that. And that sounds so alien to us, doesn't it? Because we're in alignment when we're healing ourselves and moving forward. They're not. They're in alignment when they're holding this. It's their purpose to be here and hold that. And then they'll do it for the next person, the next person, and the next person that needs that lesson. Knight of Pentacles are so slow moving. Knight of Pentacles. Because they're not going to do it. They're not slow moving, they're no moving. They're not moving. Not budging. Stubborn. Knight of Emotions. And a Ten of Inspiration. So they've got like this lover kind of an energy. Yes, they do. They will go from one person to another person, teaching them this lesson of I'm not going to change. They might even say that to you when they get into a relationship with you, saying, this is who I am, take me or leave me, that kind of an energy. They will, and they're like, you need to take them at face value there because they're being truthful. They might have even said, I'll hurt you. They might not have said it like that, but you know, they might have said, I'm not looking for a relationship. They will have said it. They will have said it in some way, that they're just this Casanova kind of an energy. They're not willing to take the burdens on. They want to pass those burdens on to someone else. So this is someone, it's a freeloader kind of an energy. It's a youthful kind of energy. They're not going to grow up from that. They're going to hold that their whole life. We know people like that. There's old men that are like that hold that teenage kind of vibe, do everything for me kind of thing. That's what, they're not willing to pick up any of the burdens in this relationship or anything at all. They're not just slow moving, they're no moving here. A Casanova, because, and that's probably why you're seeing the potential in them, this Casanova kind of an energy, because that they've come in with that energy. They need to have that energy to go keep on picking up people like you to teach them that lesson of, and they might have even said to you, you won't change me, you won't change me. And you're like, hold my beer, I'm going to try. What's the point in that? Like, what is the point in that? You should have believed them. You're not going to change them. What's behind this? So what's next for this divine masculine? Right, so slow moving. Divine timing and anger. The more you push them, the more angry they're going to get. It's not about divine timing this. You might be saying to them like, you will. They won't. Aye. They dig their heels in harder. This isn't about divine timing. And the more you're saying that to them, the more defensive they get about it, and they're digging their heels in. Like, you really need to get that this person is in alignment when they're being this, when they're being this energy. It's right for their soul to be that. Just because you wouldn't choose it, and just because we believe that no one in the right mind would choose that, we can't see that. And I see it from doing readings. It's like, oh, well, I don't get it. For me, I would never make those choices for myself, but in the readings it says, no, they've made the choice to be that energy. And as I said, often benevolently for everyone else that needs those lessons. So these people don't even get karma from it. Some of them, when they're here to hold that energy, they don't get karma from it because they came here to be a benevolent force in that. So let's get back to you. What's next for you? This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. How interesting. I believe you've got someone new coming in. You could have already met them, but you might be so fixated on this person here that you're not seeing them. You're already showing up as putting this energy in. Like, you know what you want. You're trying to get it out of this person, so you're trying to get blood out of a stone here, but I think you've already attracted the person in, but you might have bypassed them. You might have not noticed them already being that energy because you're so persistent in trying to change this one to be that. Let's get more about this. So Divine Feminine, I think you've got someone new coming in here. Or they already came in and you just need to open your eyes to them and realize that they're right there. Tell us more about this for Divine Feminine. I think this person here has really served you. Hey, it's got you to do a lot of the work, and you've got really strong in your stance here. Well, you're getting there, and for some reason you need that for this next one. Tell us more. The card was never going to come out. So you're working through your fears, right? Working through fears. There's an energy here of that, like, I can't give up on this one. This might be my last chance. Well, it's not. You need to work on those fears. So there's some energy in you here that has you holding on to this person that's not going to, and with the wishful thinking thing here, because of this fear of lack kind of thing. A fear of lack. There isn't anyone else. If I don't make this one work, I'll have nothing. I'll be barren spinster forever. That's not true. Work through those fears. There's plenty. Well, there's not plenty of divine masculine. There's not plenty of divine feminine either. But there are some, of both, in equal amounts. You've got priorities here, so you need to get your priorities straight. You need to take a long, hard look at yourself. Get your priorities straight. You're coming up as opposites here, and that's how. Like, I know you're out of alignment, because if you were in alignment, you'd be choosing this one that's in alignment with you, not choosing someone that's holding an opposite energy like this, a contrasting energy to you. If we're in alignment and we're loving ourselves, we're going to choose someone that's really similar to us, that's a complement. No, that's a match to us, because when we're loving ourselves, we want someone just like us. When we're not loving ourselves, we get attracted to people that are the opposites of us, that are holding that opposite energy. Think of like someone that's not loving themselves, that's like really super intelligent and brainy. They get attracted to someone that's an artist because they don't have that inside of themselves. So they're judging themselves. They're not loving themselves. Don't choose someone that's just like them, that's brainy like them, because they love that aspect about them and they want someone like that. They choose someone that's opposite because they're judging themselves and they think, I don't have that in me. I need to find that in someone else. Same, someone that's poor might want to find someone that's rich. Those opposites attract when we're not loving ourselves. You're coming across as mature, they're coming across as not at all. They just want to get into anything here. Anything. That's yours, warrior. Yeah, you need to cut it out. So get your priorities straight. You need to know what your priorities are, and you need to realize that this person doesn't have the same priorities at all. Even if you manage to tie this person down, this hang muse, you'd end it. You're already getting that. You're going to end it anyway. You know it. They're not everything that you want, this person. You need to realize that. They're not going to become everything that you want. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. So there's things that you're not noticing here. You've got your rose-tinted spectacles on. You're not seeing it. You're looking at them, but you're not seeing them clearly. You might be making excuses to your friends about them, saying, no, they're coming good, they're doing it. They're not. Hey, they're not. They're not doing it. So you need to stop telling yourself that story. Coming of age. What did I say when this first came out? There's some maturing to do here. You've got some maturing to do here. Yeah, you're coming across as a more mature energy than them. So why are you choosing someone with a childlike energy here? It's because you're kind of still in that energy. You've got some maturing to do here about your perception about this. So take those rose-tinted spectacles off. Stop looking at this person in an overly positive light here. See them in that cold, hard light of day and believe them, everything that they've shown you and told you, and see how this gaslighting, you're doing it to yourself there, yeah? Notice how you're talking about them to other people and the excuses that you're making as well. That can be a very telling sign. So what's next for the divine masculine here, or this, however this masculine is? They're letting go of control issues. They don't want to let go. Oh, so they've got some persistence. That's why you think it's the wish, is part of the wish. So they're persisting out of an ego. Oh, you're just mirroring each other, hey? They want to persist with you too. They want what they want out of you too. What they want. Not what you want, but what they want out of you. They're willing for it just to be anything, right? Willingly entangled and hoping for the best here. They want it to just carry on as it's been. They just want you as an easy lover kind of thing. That's all they want. And they're going to persist. So they're going to keep on coming back. And when they come back, you go, oh, great, they're back. They're going to change. They're not. It's them taking back control and getting what they want from you. This is like playing out like a tennis match here. It's like, oh, I've got control. When they've got control, they're actually manipulating you. And then you think you've got control. Oh, they're going to change. They don't. You change your mind about it again. You've been in and out of this, I'm sure. They're not your divine masculine, this one. They're not. But someone is. So they will have to let go of control issues. Well, that's interesting because that seems that they do have some growing that they're actually going to do in this lifetime. About the... Okay, so yeah, let go of control issues. I feel like this person will just move on to someone else and play out those games. So I don't think they're going to release these issues at all. I think they're going to hold on to them here. They feel bound to do that. They want to do that even. This person has no desire to change at all. But you saying no to them, you changing your mind and standing up for yourself and stopping it and saying, look, this is never going to happen, and backing out from that, they are going to have to drop the control then. In other words, they're going to stop coming at you eventually. They'll probably try again and see if you're weak still and see if they can manipulate you into it again, into giving them what they want. But eventually they will stop. That's that letting go of control issues where you're concerned here. You just need to know that they're not going to change and give you what you want, because I didn't want you to think there that they're going to do that, that they're actually going to drop those control issues, stop being a manipulator, change what it is that they want. They clearly want to remain where they are here. It's their wish to do that. They're getting something out of it. They're getting their wishes fulfilled by this pattern, and they'll move on to someone else that will do that for them. They've also got take time to breathe out, so they're going to, like, it's going to be a relief when they get out of this game with you, to them. It's getting hard work for them. So you kind of won in that respect, but there's no winners in relationships. Someone put that on one of my readings, a comment on my reading one time saying, I won in the end. Like, you can't win in relationships. There's not winners and losers in relationships. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, so they've got to take time to breathe out, so they're going to relax after this and find someone easier to convince to... Well, you've both got someone new coming up, I think. The Divine Masculine. Tell us more about the Divine Masculine here and what's coming up for them. Virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. They're going to kind of realize that they're doing good. You might even praise them. Hi, thanks for holding that energy for me. Goodbye. Thanks for holding that energy for me, like you really taught me. They could be like, yeah, I'm awesome. I don't like their energy. Hey, what do you see in them, really? Don't need to tell me that. This one, karmic relationship. Oh, they are Mr. Karma. Holding that energy for you. The karmic relationship. Lessons. They find enjoyment in this game. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. It appears like love. They're enjoying themselves. But it's definitely a game for them. Okay, so a message from your heart to their heart. And let's get into this deeper dive and get you some guidance so that you can get this one. The one that is the one. You've already met them, apparently. They're in your life somewhere. You haven't recognized them yet. Let's get them into your life. And in the deeper dive, I'm going to go into guidance for you in that relationship, the next relationship, and how that's going to happen. Or maybe how this is going to play out. In fact, I'll do that, yeah. Rest and relaxation is essential. So maybe you think that they're working too hard or whatever. We all have a fundamental need to take a break. You're letting them take a back step here. Your heart is even saying that to them as well. They've got that. Take time to breathe out here. You want to give them a break here. Your heart wants to give them a break. It's kind of nice. And their heart to your heart. What's the message from their heart to your heart? Receive with love and appreciation, and appreciate this moment. This is someone who, when they give to you, they wish that you could appreciate it instead of being hard on them. What they give you, what little they give you, you're not appreciating that, and they wish that you would appreciate that. And I don't think you should, in a way. You know, this is someone saying, look, I'm giving you so little, but you should appreciate that. You should appreciate that, whatever I'm doing to you. This could be someone that hardly does a thing for you at all, but when they do, they really make you pay for it. You know, you don't hear the end of it. After all I did for you, that kind of thing, and they've hardly done a thing for you at all. So they're seeing you as unappreciative, and they wish. This is someone that's been enabled a lot, hey, and they've never had to do very much at all. That's why they've got this willing entanglement and hope. They're just like they're not invested in the relationship at all. They're not willing to give, willing to get entangled and in it as well, and hope that it's going to be good, and hope that you're just going to give to them, and that they hope that they don't have to put very much into it at all. Night magic. They're moving on, hey. Seeing other people. Night magic. At night, they're somewhere else. They're with someone else. Or they're going to be very soon. They wish that you could appreciate whatever it is that they give them, so that your person really feels entitled to give very little and just be praised for it. They've received that. And maybe you've done that at the start. Maybe you did that for them at the start because you're a loving and giving person, you know, so you probably would have kind of validated them in that way, and then realized, hang on a minute, they're not offering any more here. They're not offering very much here. I'm changing my mind about this, holding my energy back. So yeah, you've got a turning them down here. And to me, I would say, like, close this door completely. This person isn't good for you at all. They're not a divine masculine, never mind your divine masculine. Yeah, but you do have somebody here on the horizon. You've just got to work through this lesson first that they're giving you, because they're your karmic. Your karmic. Wow. There you go. Kind of disappointing, I know, if you're hoping for a turnaround in this, but better to know, hey? Better to know. So, if that sounds like it is your story, it could be a story. I don't think there's anyone going to be wishing that it's the story, not this one, anyway. Then you might want to get that deeper dive for some guidance. Let's get you out of this and on to the next step, and then maybe next time you're not going to choose the reading that has the negative thing in it. You'll be the crystal and the flower next time, hopefully. So if you're interested in that deeper dive with that guidance, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's a link in the description box and in the comments as well. Just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch thing, and so do get your email address right, otherwise you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. If you're on Gmail, you've got a promotions folder, check out in there, it'll be in there for sure. It's always Gmail people that email me and I say it's in your promotions folder. Oh yeah, thanks. I say it in every video, but there you go. You probably click off if you really want the deeper dive. You probably click off by now. Making words up. In that email, you'll have a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. You just click on the shell, and you can watch that straight away. So if this is where you're leaving me, thank you so much for watching me. All of you, if you could click like on this video, leave a comment as well about what's going on, any comments about this, you know, whatever, or just that you chose the shell and you appreciate my time and effort in this. It really helps my YouTube channel when you do that. I mean, you guys, you're in charge of my channel, really. You're the controller of whether I'm successful or not. I just make the videos and put them out there. It's what you do with them, the interactions that you have, that gets YouTube to see whether people are actually liking my content or not, by you clicking like and commenting and all of that. If you're not a subscriber already, please consider being a subscriber. Click that notification bell to know when I upload these videos, along with my daily reads as well that I do. And when I go live in my Psychic Cafe, you can come along in there for a mini read for some specific guidance to you, for donations, that is. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If this is where you're leaving me, good luck with this relationship. If you're coming along with me to the extended, then I'll see you very shortly in there.